been a big year for Holley Performance. They are kind of synonymous with fuel systems, and especially in racing. And I think in the NASCAR world, Holley carburetors have been on NASCAR winners for how many years?
Since the 1960s, every car.
Every car, yeah. And the big change is that they went to fuel injection.
Yep, they went to fuel injection in 2012 in the Sprint Cup Series.
Okay, and you guys went along for the ride.
We went along for the ride, and we are the provider of the throttle body that controls the air for the fuel injection. And you know, NASCAR relied on us for all the years to meter the carburation and the fuel and air mixture and keep everybody on a nice even playing field, and they wanted us to control the venturi and the airflow into these fuel-injected engines as well.
And that's what this is right here. This is a legitimate NASCAR throttle body.
This is just like what the teams would use. They have a serial code. NASCAR can track them. All stainless components, full roller bearings, billet aluminum. Almost indestructible. The teams are really happy.
That's nice. I bet these are cheap.
You can have one, Kevin, if you got a couple grand.
Yeah, right, exactly. And that's what this QR code is and all these numbers here?
Yeah, that's all their tracking numbers, so they know where each one is, and they know the teams haven't modified.
Now, how does this end up translating into stuff that we can buy on the street?
Well, we got our brand new Terminator Efi. This is a throttle body that's for a street car. You take your carburetor off, go to a simple throttle body fuel injection with 4 injectors. Our ECU self-learns to your car. You just bolt it on, answer a few questions, and drive the car. You've got fuel injection. And what we did that was really neat was we used all the computer modeling that we did for NASCAR to get the right venturi and the airflow, and used it on our street throttle body, now called the Terminator.
That's very similar looking. I mean, obviously, we
wouldn't want to waste all of our engineering. Why not? I mean, why not use it twice? And if it's good enough for the highest level of racing, you know, around with a V8 engine, why not put it on the street?
That's pretty cool. Part of me is actually surprised that NASCAR let you do that.
Oh, that's our design.
There you go. There you go. So this is this a black coating on here?
This is a hard coat anodizing. It's sort of a gray coating. So it's corrosion protection, and it just looks neat.
It looks trick, yeah. And you got your injectors on both sides.
Yep.
I like the short little injector rail and an AN fitting.
Yep. And if you'll look, you'll see the wiring is already pre-wired. This is how it will come, and you'll have one pigtail out the back to make your wiring a lot easier.
Oh, sweet.
These are integrated sensors all into the throttle body, map sensor, you know, injectors, your throttle position, air temp, things like that. So on some of our competitors, they have theirs integrated in, and they're not replaceable. So if you break down, you can't stop.
So these are standard sensors.
These are standard GM sensors and packaged into our throttle body.
I'll tell you what, I don't know who manufactures a lot of those sensors, but it is not uncommon to get a bad one out of the box.
Yeah,
it happens in our shop. You go to the parts store, you buy something to fix a car.
Well, luckily that go to your local parts store and you keep running down the road.
Yeah, in this case, you can get a standard replacement right away and rock on. That's cool. Now, do you know, is there like a pipe thread in here also if you got a different style of connector, or is this not, you don't recommend taking this out?
This is going to come with an AN connector, but if you need an adapter to get back to whatever you need, or you need to change to a push-on, just use
Earl's has it.
Earl's Plumbing will have it. And
there you go.
Which brings us to my next product.
Yeah, I see some quick disconnects and adapters for EFI conversions.
These are our new quick disconnect adapter, quick connect adapter for, like, say you got a GM, Ford, or Chrysler takeout engine, you got it at the junkyard, you're putting it, retroing it into your muscle car, street rod. You want to use that factory fuel rail, but you need to go to AN Plumbing for the rest of your fuel system. Snap this on. It's got a connector snap that's like a double snap-on, nice and reliable, sturdy, safety. Safety is ultimate at Earl's, and then you're ready to go straight out to an AN fuel line to do the rest of your plumbing.
Now we've heard of a few people that have had retrofit EFI cars where they didn't have something like this with the lock on it, and these cars have burned. I mean, that's high pressure fuel,
a lot of pressure. So we've put multiple safety features on this snap connector to make sure that doesn't happen.
I do see the blue anodized, and I see the black like the Anotough style. Is that available?
Yep, that's your choices.
That's cool. So, we like everything black. Tell by our shirts.
Well, if you see a lot of our stuff is black anodized.
Yep.
Hardcore gray. It's all really popular to stay monotone and black and stealthy, and it's kind of the rage right now.
So, getting past the EFI stuff, you're still in the carburetor business, which is good to see.
Yep. Carburetors are still a lot of our business. They're a great economical way to deliver fuel and air, and obviously we've been making them for over 100 years. And so this is a new carburetor. This is our Ultra HP carburetor, but we've went ahead and put metering in it for E-85 fuels, which is becoming more and more popular in racing. It's a cheaper alternative to race gas, but it's a high octane type fuel.
Sure.
And so it just required a new calibration.
And the internals got to be
coating. The internals are compatible. All the seals and materials. So
we recently worked on a car for a guy in Iowa who cannot get regular gasoline. He can only buy E-85 and a high octane. So this is a perfect market for him.
Wow.
Yeah.
We've got also Earl's has some fuel lines that are now compatible with E-85. We reformulated those. Our HP and our Dominator inline fuel pumps, they are E-85 compatible now, and the filters and regulators that go with them. So
you got the whole system.
Yep, we're ready to go.
Well, and we were just talking about the dark colors. I see a black. Is this a black Dominator over here?
That's a hardcore gray Dominator. And the new thing is that our Dominators are now, we're on Gen 3 is what we're calling it. It's a Gen 3 main body. It's 5/16 of an inch taller. Allowed us to make the Venturi area bigger, more sculpted. And it's all new casting. We're able to go up to 1,475 CFM.
1,400.
Hey, engines are getting bigger. Engines are making more horsepower. It's unbelievable. And so they require bigger carburetors, and race fuels change over time, and so it's the latest calibrations, largest carburetors from 950, 1050, 1150, 1250, 1350, and 1475.
These are really nice.
You'll have a integrated idle bypass valve. So if you look here, you know, race engines are typically pretty radical camshafts.
Sure.
So you can take, this allows you to put your throttle blade position, and it's almost like a controlled leak to help you control your idle circuits on this race carburetor, tame your camshaft, idle through the pits.
So you don't have to drill holes in the main throttle body.
Quit drilling holes in the throttle body.
And that's adjustable?
Yep. You can choose it. You can choose how much of a leak you put in there. The squirter squirters have a sculpted hex head screw, better airflow there. Everything is designed around better airflow. You'll see this is way more sculpted than the older Dominators.
Standard squirter design?
Yep, standard squirter design. HP fuel bowl, so it's just like the HPs we brought out.
Yeah.
20% more fuel capacity, better control of the fuel slosh.
It's pretty light.
It's all aluminum now, so you'll save 3.8 pounds over a traditional Dominator. All the linkage is now external instead of internal.
Oh, sure.
Guys used to put plates just in case something was to come loose.
Right.
And parts in engines is not good, you know that.
No.
Just a lot of upgrades.
This is
ready
cool.
to go. It's called the Gen 3 Dominator.
Very nice stuff. Man, this thing is huge.
We've been doing a lot of work.
Well, and I'm really impressed with that adjustable idle air bleed there, because some of these cars are driven on the street that run these things now, because the way you can manage them. Excellent. Now, let me ask you real fast, availability of the stuff we've talked about.
Pretty much everything. If you'll look at it, we're talking first quarter 2013, we'll have all of it.
So once again,
some really soon, some it'll take a couple more months.
Debut released here at
Yep, first time seen, you're one of the first.
How about that? I'd like to be one of the first for once.
Well, as always, we appreciate you coming by, as always.
Appreciate it, Bill. Cool stuff.